Pipe Network presents.
Oh, and just a heads up, we may talk about things that are potentially triggering for you. So, listener discretion is advised. Hello. Oh my
Hi.
gosh. Okay, so
Hello.
we haven't recorded an episode in like 2 weeks cuz last week I was super busy,
Yeah.
right? Right, Nins?
Yes.
You sound really low, Nins. Are you okay? Can you talk louder?
Yes.
Or maybe
Hello.
bring your microphone closer to your mouth?
Hello. Better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Kainin ko na lang ang mic.
Yeah. Just eat it. Okay.
Let me.
So
Ano lang.
today, welcome to the pre-show show, by the way, everybody.
Of the
Today we
social.
are going to be playing games. We've got Fact or Fic. We've got Name Rhyme Game Time. And of course, we have another guest. Wait, not yet, not yet. Shh, muna guest. Shh, muna guest. And today's episode is all about horror stories where someone
That
is
happened in real
still
life.
alive. Let's begin. Why do you seem so scared?
Hi, I'm Niña.
And my name is Andrew,
Welcome to the Frightening, Alarming, Real Life Tales Show.
a podcast where we talk about scary stories that happened in real life. If you were a part of this terrorist group, you would be targeted and killed by the aswang.
These three girls, their friends, two of them decided to stab their other friend just to please Slenderman.
Bigfoot is the internet influencer of the monster world.
It killed 19 American servicemen that day.
So sit back, relax, and try not to go crazy with fright.
Aren't we all crazy?
I want this show to be family friendly.
Family friendly, we talk about murder and horror and all that crap.
Welcome, one and all, to the frightening, alarming, real life tale show. I know that was loud. I'm sorry, babe. This
Okay.
this show where we talk about real life scary stories. My name is Andrew, and I am with my co-host.
Hi.
Yes, her name is Hai. I'm with Niña, and of course we have our guest right now. Say hi.
Hi.
It's Noch of the
Hello.
Precious Thoughts podcast. Oh my god!
Hello. Oh my god.
parang it's not like it's like your first time here in Farts, no? But actually,
Yeah.
Yes.
on the main show, but Notch has been in the live shows for like how many times na ba? Twice?
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, I said earlier that I was so busy. I was so busy last week that we couldn't record an episode. During the time of this recording, I had my improv showcase last week.
It was so fun. If you guys haven't seen it, it's fun.
Oh my god.
It's your loss.
I
Go.
can I just be honest? I hated my performance.
Why?
I mean, like it just felt like okay. So okay, this is a long thing. During the performance, it's like I threw out everything that I learned throughout the semester.
Really, you're like level 2 or something.
Yeah, it felt like I was a beginner again. I mean, like, I would like to say that I'm not a beginner anymore, but like, yeah, I am a beginner, but like, not super beginner. Do you get me? During my performance, I was just like, what the fuck? I've forgotten. It's like I've forgotten everything that I learned. And then I just started doing whatever. I even did a dab in the middle of the performance. I'm like,
Okay, yes.
I regretted that right after I did that. Anyway, enough about me. Well, actually more about me. But anyway, I have a question for you guys. Let me know what you think. Farts t-shirts. Farts merch. What do you guys think?
Yes.
Finally.
Oh, char, finally. Ah! Okay, yeah.
Finally.
because you said finally Notch, we're
Yeah.
gonna be playing our game. I felt like I've perfected the game already.
But have you perfected how to explain?
So we're gonna be playing name
Okay.
rhyme game time.
Okay.
So this is the infamous show that I hate to the core because it never seems perfect enough for me. But this time, I really feel like
Mhm.
this is going to be perfect. So basically, I am going to be giving you a sentence, and then the answer to that word, to that sentence. Oh my god, I'm already failing the explanation. Okay,
Good job.
okay. So what will happen is I will give a sentence, right? Tapos yung answer ng sentence na yun, it will rhyme with the next answer. Tapos all of the answers
Ooh.
will rhyme to the movie that we watch sa Fright Flick. Gets?
Wala tayong
Oh.
watch the movie.
What?
What movie?
No, we're not
Wala
gonna.
tayong movie.
We're not, huh? We're playing we're telling. Oh my god, Bev, stop! You're ruining the game. This is the game where I announce the name of the movie that we're gonna be watching. I warn everybody 2 weeks before. Remember?
Oh, yeah, I
Anyway,
remember now.
this is name rhyme game
see.
time. Fuck you.
That's what I should say.
Okay. Okay, so this is the first sentence. A famous British boy band from the singing competition, The X Factor. What is the answer?
Wala na. I have
Wonder-
no idea on
One Direction?
Oh, yes! It's One Direction!
It's One
Yeah!
Direction, right?
Okay, so all the answers after that to One Direction. What is another word for birth control?
Oh,
Starts with a C.
oh my god.
Oh,
Contraceptive.
Make it
Contraceptive, yeah.
make it rhyme, make it rhyme.
Contraceptive pills.
No! Make it rhyme!
Contraception.
Yes! Contraceptive pills. Does that rhyme with One Direction? Do you think that rhymes with One Direction?
I love this game.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
This is the game where I make Andy stressed.
Okay. Last sentence. What do you call a part of a whole?
Oh my god.
Bits,
I know.
pieces,
It has to rhyme with One
One
Direction
Direction
and
pa rin.
section.
Or is it like
Okay.
Contraception.
section? You said the answer, I think.
What? What?
Section.
No.
Section.
Oh my
Section.
god, Notch, you got it right. Congratulations. Did I tell you the answer? Oh my god, no I didn't. So the movie that we are going to be watching today, in the next 2 weeks, Niña, write this down. Don't forget, kasi last time you forgot. I will give you the sentence so that you can guess. The condition, state, or quality of being free of flaws and defects. What is it?
Perfection.
Perfection! We are gonna be watching The
Wow.
Perfection. It's on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, go ahead, go watch that. You have 2 weeks. We do not condone piracy, but you know, if that's the only thing that you can do, go ahead, do it.
You did not hear shit from us.
So we are gonna be watching The Perfection in the next 2 weeks. Niña, don't forget that. Notch, hopefully you can
I'm
watch
trying
it
to
too.
log into Netflix right now.
Yes.
We are so happy that you are here. You know, I'm just so happy that, you know, I could cry. Uh, speaking of, when was the last time you cried?
Last year. No. Yeah. 2019.
Char,
I think,
last
yeah.
year? Bakit 2019? Ba't ang tagal na?
I don't know. I don't know. Because ano yun eh. Na-heartbroken ako nun eh. So yeah.
no,
That's the last
Notch.
time. Yeah.
Gusto mo i-break
I know,
natin
right,
heart mo
Char?
ulit para iiyak ka this year. Hindi, joke lang.
Wag. Wag. Nins, help me.
Ikaw, Nins, when was the last time you cried?
Oh, the other day or last week.
Really?
Because I was watching, I was watching this anime called Recreator. it's like super nice. It's like 25 episodes ata siya, and then like the story's super good, and then like
On
it's
Netflix.
super beautiful. Ang story, the art. I don't know if it's on Netflix because um I don't know where friends got it from. Basta binigyan na ako.
Ng copy. The reason why I'm asking this is actually because I've been crying so easily lately. No one's gonna ask
Why?
me. Oh, thank you, Notch.
Why?
No. No.
I was like,
No, what is
ako lang ba yung host dito? Ako lang ba yung ano? No one's gonna engage in the conversation. The last time I cried was after I watched the Gaya sa Pelikula finale. I cried sa yung bagong Jollibee commercial, yung lumabas sa Valentine's Day, yung LDR.
I don't watch. Ang naalala
Oh!
ko lang na LDR
Yeah.
commercial is I think it was some sort of coffee commercial. Na like, oh, like why wait for tomorrow when I can see you now commercial.
Shh, don't.
I don't know.
I'm
I'm not so
fragile
sure.
right now. Yung LDR,
Oh.
Cry. I want you to cry.
yung LDR, basta
It's my job as your best friend to make you cry, dude.
so I cried. Tapos, Tirso bought me Jollibee the day after. I'm like, oh, so the
Mm-mm.
commercial worked.
And
Um, and then another,
also, so the lesson is like, if you cry, you get Jollibee. Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna go cry.
I also cried recently sa bagong Colgate na commercial.
Why are you crying sa mga
Why are the
commercial?
commercials making me cry?
Colgate?
Hindi kasi
Colgate?
it was this
Ano
girl.
commercial for gays?
It was this girl who has Down syndrome, but like people
Oh.
kept undermining her,
Mhm.
and then like she was told that she could never amount to anything or something like that. Tapos she proved them all wrong. So it was just her story, and then parang
Oh,
Oh.
it just
nice.
makes me feel so warm inside to know that she's living her best life. Alam mo yan? And then like it just made me cry. I have a brother who has like he doesn't have Down syndrome, but he's like someone who's like a similar situation, So parang I was just like it just touched my heart. Ganon. Also, recently I cried sa You Can Sit With Us episode 35. So that's a podcast by the Try Wives. One of the recent episodes they talk about cancer, and then parang I just started crying.
Mm.
Uh,
Mm.
Mm.
so yun, I'm just so
Oh.
fragile lately. And it's just that I was just so happy to be alive, like despite everything that has happened in the past year. And oh my god, I'm trying not to cry.
Mm.
Pucha kayo. Sino nag-make na tong outline na to ng
Iiyak
podcast?
na yan.
As,
Iiyak
fire
na
na yun
yan.
siya, be.
As if may team tayo, no?
So, you just feel so blessed. Yun, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
You just feel so blessed to be alive. And I guess that's why I've been crying a lot, kasi you kind of realize na everything that you've gone through, as long as you're alive, you can keep going. Speaking of being alive, our topic for today is still alive. So, have you ever survived something?
Drowning twice. I guess
What?
that's it.
I never knew this. You drowned twice?
Yeah, you did not know that?
Was it in this wet ass pussy? No, I'm kidding.
That's so gross. Why is that so gross?
So you almost drowned
I'm
twice.
so happy that we have warnings.
How old were
I
you?
drowned twice. God, I don't remember. I think, but I wasn't yet. I wasn't 10, and then I drowned because for some reason my tiny child brain was like, oh, there's a rope in the middle of this like pool for adults, and then like I want to touch the rope and just like hang in there
And be
and
an
then like
adult.
tambay in like and like pretend to be an adult like everyone else, and then like so my puny brain was like, okay, I'm just gonna like hold the sides of the pool, and then like slowly make my way there. The thing was, I was like super close na sa rope, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna jump and touch it and reach it and grab it, and I'm good. And then like my hands like sa railing sa sides were like actually slowly slipping, but I'm like, no, I'm almost there. So like I kept going, and then like next girl like an arm or like a hand away na lang siya from me. When I put my hand out, like it's like so close, And then like other hand slipped. I couldn't swim back then. So yun, nalunod ako. I don't remember anything much, but my sister, I remembered at some point waking up, and then the next was I'm in the hospital na.
Ako, wait, let me recall. Nung bata kasi ako, like, preschool, yung papa ko, and then yung pinsan ko, tapos yung papa ko, sinusundo kami from
Uh-uh.
school. Yan. Nakabike kami noon. Then, yung pinsan ko nasa harap, tapos ako yung nasa likod, nakaangkas sa likod ng papa ko. Nag-e-enjoy ako mag-ride before ng bicycle nung bata ako. Then, pumunta kami, nung pagtawid namin sa highway, biglang nag-go. Tapos nahulog, tumilap, I mean, na out of balance kami dun sa bike.
Oh my
So,
God.
go siya, like yung mga mga truck, yeah, like patentero talaga kami ng truck, ng mga van, ganyan.
Oh my God.
Luckily, we're safe naman.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're here to talk about it, so
Yeah.
you survived,
Yeah.
of course. Pero, oh my God.
That's why I hate bike. Hindi ako marunong mag-bike ever since hindi na ako nag-bike. Ano yun eh, hindi yun alam ng mama ko, hindi ko yun nakwento. Late ko na siya nakwento
Ala.
nung malaki-laki na kami.
Okay.
Nung
At
malaki
least
na
alam,
kami, tsaka ko na
alam
siya
na niya.
nakwento.
Okay.
High school na niya nalaman, nagulat din siya.
For me naman, of course, that was the last year where I almost died because of my stupid allergies. I had wet
Yeah.
ass pussy stuck in my head.
Yeah, narinig ko nga sa pod.
There was another one sa Australia. Okay, so me and my sister were in the backyard. Tapos may parang turned over na pot. And then I was like, Bella, turn that over. Parang I dared her ba? She was still like, what, 3, 4? I forgot. So she turned it over. Now, Australia is known to have animals that can kill you.
Yeah, like everything wants to kill you. That is Australia.
Yes. So she turned it around and it was the most poisonous or venomous spider in Australia. Right there, just nesting. And then I was far away from Bella. If that spider is going to jump at her, she's gone because she was still 4. And then I was scared, so I was like, Bella, get away from there, run away. I don't think she remembers this, but I definitely remember that, and I will never do that to Bella ever again. I just wanted to share, because I want us to get into the scary mood. I don't want to cry anymore. To get us further into the scary mood, why don't we play fact or fic? Fact or fic? Yes, it is fact or fic. Where the game, the very popular game of the show, where we try to guess if this story is a fact, did it happen in real life, or is it fic, like from an imagination of someone, like from a book or a show or a movie or gets.
Yes.
So
Yes.
okay, the way I explain the games, it's deteriorating every episode. So I don't know what's wrong. But anyway, this is fact or fic. I'm dancing, by the way. I hope you guys are dancing too. Okay. This is your first fact or fic. In 2014, this person, just like animals, is hunting so he can eat someone alive. Is this fact or fic?
I mean, I'd say it's fact because, like cannibalism is still out there.
I think it's
Ano.
fact.
But why do you think it's fact?
I think I heard it before kasi. Pero hindi ko lang sure kung saan.
Okay, yeah,
Somewhere.
that's true. You've definitely heard it before, but you heard it
Yeah.
from. Wait, let me just give you the answer. You are wrong, Notch. It's fic.
Oh.
It's the song "Animals" by Maroon 5. So you've definitely heard that.
Ah.
Okay, is this fact or fake? Two refugees escape Sudan to the UK. Upon arriving in the country, they are relocated to a house, but this house is haunted. Is this fact or fake?
The flick.
Fake. Okay. What about you, Nins?
I'm thinking stuff. Wait lang. My
No,
brain is
no
like,
searching sa Google,
huh.
please.
No. I don't do that. I never do that. No. It sounds like a movie or a book. So I'm gonna say fic.
And you
Yeah.
are Correct. Yes, it is the story.
Yay!
His House, the movie of
It's
2020. I
from
really
Netflix, right?
yes, I recommend you guys watch that movie. It's really good. I love it. Okay,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the third and final question is: this fact or fake? In 2005, a girl from Phoenix, Arizona moves to Forks, Washington, and meets a boy and his family with a bloody past. Is this fact or fake?
Sick.
It sounds like a movie. Yeah, it's like yeah, it's fake.
Sick.
Okay, Notch, why do you think it's fake?
I think I watched it before and then sa Netflix or
Really?
yeah.
Wait,
Alam
really? What
ko,
what movie is it? What
net,
movie do you think is it?
oh my God, I forgot. Sa dami kong pinapanood. Nakalimutan ko na. Wait lang. But I know it's a blonde girl.
Blonde Girl.
Hindi ko sure. Oh my God. Pero it's a fake. I think it's a
Okay.
movie.
Okay, you just think. Okay, what about you, Nins? Why do you think it's fake? What movie do you think is it?
I don't know. It's like every other movie there is. I don't know.
It's common, diba? Yung movie.
It's like the concept is kind of common to like have like like this guy pala he's like a past serial killer or some shit like that.
Okay,
I don't
so I
know
gave
which
I
one
gave
though.
clues in that sentence. Just like every other sentence that I say.
Mm-mm.
There's Phoenix, Arizona moves to Forks,
Yeah.
Washington
Uh,
with a family with a bloody past because you guys are correct. It is Twilight.
Yay! Oh.
It's the story of Twilight. And yes, it's scary
Okay.
because there's vampires in it. And just generally, scary lang talaga ang Twilight for me. It brings back trauma. Okay, so the reason why all of these are fake is because the real stories are coming next. We'll be right back. Okay, break. I like to have a good time when I listen to my horror podcast. Her left arm
Oh,
was
that's
chopped
so.
off.
Oh my God,
Caused
really?
a panic all over the
Prolonged
country.
their deaths for like months and
The
months.
frightening, alarming, real-life tale show is my horror podcast. My horror podcast. That's
Give
it?
pause it.
This
'cause-
is your scary part? Be scared and laugh hard with the frightening, alarming, real-life tales show. Every Friday on all major podcasting platforms. Don't say I didn't warn you. Hey, before we get started on the next segment of the show, I would just like to apologize for Nina's audio. It's not Nina's fault. It's just that the background noise was just so loud and it's not fixable. So I did as best as I could to clean it, but hopefully you guys could still understand Niña. Yeah. And we are back. Okay, Notch. I have a question. Number 1 or 2?
I like how you asked me. You don't bother to ask me. Thanks.
2?
2? Okay.
2?
Gusto ko one.
With question mark?
Something for your ear hole.
Oh wait, that's number 1. This is number 2. Sorry.
Oh my Niña, there she goes again. My, she's got something for ya. Oh, you listener, brace yourself and then try not to get paranoia.
Yes, that's right. It's Nina's turn to do her story.
Hello.
Niña, what is your fart?
Hope everyone's ready. It's a little positive compared to like the past few stories.
Wait
So,
lang, wala akong positive na music. It's all scary.
wala talaga ba? It's positive today.
What do you mean?
Trying to like, wala ka choice. Everyone has no choice but to be positive.
Why?
Positive? Why?
It's the first time.
You're breaking my brain.
Deal with
Positive?
it.
Oh my god. Okay, whenever you're ready.
So yeah, it's positive because it has a good ending. It has a great ending. I found this article in BBC News. Yeah, it's BBC News. It's not the BBC UK like I usually check out. It's like normal BBC News. Um, Imagine losing someone like you thought they're like gone, missing for like so long. At some point, you start to get depressed, and then you give up. But this person didn't. Her name is Lee Jingxi. She's a mother, and she has been looking for her son for 32 years. So yeah, her son was kidnapped because usually she would like go out and work, and then back then it was, I believe, let me double check on date. Sorry, like 19 somethings, and then like they don't have phones back then. Messages like this was in 1988. There was no phones back then, and then like messages like take so long to arrive
Actually, before it was
by
pagers,
messengers
diba?
or whatsoever.
Tama ba?
Yeah, they have pagers, and then like pagers because like you can't go full on sentence talaga. There's like only limited number of a few words, and then like that's it. Like it takes a while either way compared to right now. So back in 1988, she left for work, and then usually her son and her husband like hang out together. It was like a normal day. The husband picked up the son from like I think daycare or nursery, and then when they were going home, they stopped by somewhere because I think the kid was like thirsty, so the dad left the child for like a little bit just to like grab some water, and came back, and then the kid was gone, like
Oh
wala
my
na.
god. Tapos?
Yeah, and then like the super like heartbreaking thing was like the baby nila, si Jaja, which means great, because like they know their kid will be great someday, because like he's super well behaved, he's super obedient, and then like he's like really loved by the family, and then like it's so heartbreaking somehow, and then like she leaves for like work, and then like it's super sad. So yeah, and it was on October. Jaja was 3 years old and 8 months when he was taken.
Uh-uh.
He was taken, and then like the mom got a note na let me find the words. Emergency at home, return right away. This was a telegram for 6 words, and
So, a
then like she had
pager.
no idea what was going on. Yeah, it was a pager, I think. She immediately went home, and then that's when like the people, like the husband, like told her, nah, we can't find him, we can't find the child, can't find the baby,
Can't find
like
child.
um cannot find child error 404.
Error 4. Okay,
So yeah,
tapos.
sorry, internet joke. I had to insert internet joke, but yeah. So like for like her mindset was like, oh, maybe like he got lost now. He got lost. Maybe he got distracted and then followed like a butterfly or something like that. But so, like her mindset was, oh my god, he might have just gotten lost and then he couldn't find his way home. That's it. Like it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna keep looking. I'm gonna find him. And then like a week later, since his disappearance, no one had like taken
Seen
him
him.
to the police station now. Oh, no one has seen him. No one has like reported anything. So that's when she was like, okay, this is serious now. So she started asking around sa neighborhood nila, sa mga hotel. She printed like 100,000 flyers with his picture on them. Yun, the mom like gave away like some mga railways, a bus station, and like as much as she can. She even placed like a missing person advertisement sa local newspaper nila. So nothing, wala talaga nag-report, walang kahit ano. And then like at that time daw, Jingxi, the mom, like she was unaware of child trafficking was a problem. This is all in China. And then para sa kanya, she would always like think daw na oh, maybe the child just got lost. Wala nag-occur sa kanya back then na like they could have been abducted and sold. I believe like 4 years later.
Oh my God, 4 years?
4 years of looking. The husband gave up and then like they divorced each other. But that didn't stop her from looking. She always had hope. And then she had news about a boy who looked like her son. So she's like, okay, let me go and investigate. She had to like take a bus to another town. So she looked for the couple who adopted the boy down. The villagers told her that like, oh, they took the boy to this place. She's like, oh, okay. I'm gonna go to like the woman's family to like look for if they're there. And then like she went there, wala. She went to like the husband's side ng family, sa couple, wala daw. And then like she found out na, oh, they're staying in this hotel. So she went there. Pagdating niya, by the time she got arrived, wala na. They were not there na daw. And then she eventually found the couple. And then she found the kid. And then she was super heartbroken when she found out this is not her child. She knows that it's not her child. Like the whole thing took a big toll on her. Na like she would have her a doctor said something that had a big impact on me. He told me, I can treat you for your physical illness, but as for the illness in your heart, that's up to you.
Aww.
Like that's the words daw ng doctor sa kanya. Because like she's physically she could be physically sick and so on. But like if her mind is still going for like where is my child? Na mode. It's so difficult. She realized na like if I don't control my emotions, I'm gonna go crazy, and then I'm not gonna be able to look for my child. And then if one day, if like the child comes home, he's gonna be greeted by a crazy mother. It's gonna be pitiful for him. I don't want that. So she made a point now. Instead of getting upset, she's gonna concentrate her energy to look for her kid more. Later on, she became aware a lot of parents have had their child missing, and then like she later on began to work with the parents, and then they began to form a network. And by this time, her son has been missing for 19 years. She became a volunteer for this website called Baby Come Home. Like the goal is to like reunite children with their families. So yun, like she kept looking, and then in 2009, the Chinese government set up a DNA database na like it would help couples or like parents whose children have been or may have been abducted. Because like China has like one child policy. The only exception though to that rule is like if their firstborn is a female, it's a daughter. So like they can try for one more now, the child. Like she found out that like there's couples who buy children who actually literally buy male children to be part of their family. Jinchi's under like Baby Come Home organization and other groups like has helped 29 children connect with their parents. And then like she would always be so happy. But at the same time a part of her would like tell her na like, why couldn't this be my son? Which is like still so painful for her. But at the same time she's like super happy that she was able to like reunite the children and their family. Later on, 2015, she received a call from like Public Security Bureau daw that says her kid has been found. And then this person provided like a photo daw of the boy as an adult, and then they did facial recognition technology daw sa China na like to confirm and so on. So like they also took DNA test. So on May 10th, the results came back and it was a match. So after 32 years and more than 300 false leads now, she was able to find like her son. Like they got together, they reunited, and then like Jinchi's she's actually super famous to China. She's like helping talaga the organization. She had new stuff na. So when they got reunited, China Central Television ran a live broadcast na like shows na like they were reunited. So yun, she learned that her son was sold to a childless couple now for like $840 in today's money when he was abducted. His adopted parents now like raised him as like the only child. And then the couple was like really nice. The couple was really nice, and then they hang out with like the biological mother, and then like the couple as well. And then like from then on, it's like everything was really great for them. And then even if like she found her son, she still she still hopes na like whoever like took her kid would be punished, because she went through 32 years of anguish now, and like it changed like her life, her child's life. But at the same time, it's good na like they came back together even for so long. So yun, and then like ang ending na to is like she still continues to help now the organization to find people for their families.
Oh.
Oh.
So that's my part.
Oh.
I'm not fragile. I'm not.
Yak na yan. Yak na. That's my goal for today. Make Andrew cry, guys. Help me make Andrew cry.
No, but like in all seriousness, no. If I was a parent, one of the scariest things that could happen to me is losing my own child. And parang alam mo yung sure ka na buhay pa yung anak mo, hindi mo lang siya makita.
Yeah. It's like so sad.
I think mas masakit 'yon kumpara sa alam mong namatay siya for accident. I mean, 'di ba?
You get closure.
Sa accident,
You get
'di ba?
some sort of closure. So I might have been butchering names kanina, but you know how the show goes.
Thank you so much, Nins, for that fart. We're gonna take one more break. We're gonna take another break, and when we come back,
cry.
of course, it's my turn. Yes, we're gonna take a break to cry. We'll be right back.
Andrew's gonna cry.
Before we get back to the episode, you should check out this Pipe Network show.
If you want to learn something new or useless about the world around you, why don't you try listening to the Banyu podcast Reflushed on Spotify, Anchor, or any podcast app that you use.
And welcome back! Okay, it's my turn.
Hi.
Let me just play my music.
There's a story for you. In this hand of mine, you can't stop the things I do. I lie. I've searched high and low, wrote down an essay. Now Andrew is back, and there's hell to pay. There's a story for you. And this hand of
mine. Okay, so my story requires you guys to be very attentive to everything that I'm about to say. Why? Because while Niña's is very positive, mine is very dark.
Also, you're gonna bring us back to like the dark side. Okay.
Kasi may
The
cookies
only
sa dark.
time na we have a positive story, Andrew.
I was expecting you
That's the
to go
only
dark
time.
kaya nga nag-dark rin ako eh. Okay.
I was actually thinking of like, should I go for Zodiac Killer? And I'm like, nah, let's try something new. Cause like, why not? But okay.
I need you guys to react. Feel free to ask questions anytime.
Oh my
because-
god.
Oh my god! What?
What if?
1+1.
Oh,
Practice.
sorry. Practice lang pala. Sorry. Okay. This happened in 1978. Mary Vincent was homesick after running away from home.
So she ran away from home and then homesick siya?
She ran kasi parang she wanted to be with her boyfriend. Alam mo yun na feeling. So she ran away with her boyfriend.
Okay. Like I kind of want to throw shade, but like it's fine.
Yeah, she was 15 at this time. She started her journey way back home. And during that time, it was when hitchhiking was super popular. While she was hitchhiking at this road, she was with two other hitchhikers going the same way. They all had signs saying going south. And then a van pulls up and then offers her a ride. Now, the driver is this old man now who kind of looks like a grandpa. So he looks very disarming. He said that there was only room for one and that he would only take yung girl, si Mary. Mary was tired, Mary was homesick, Mary just wanted to go home. So she was kind of like, I kind of want to go inside. Okay, I'll take you up on that offer. But the two other people who were hitchhiking with her told her not to get on. But eventually, Mary got on and, yun, nag-drive away sila.
She's like a serial killer waiting to be happened. A serial killer victim waiting to be happened. Jesus.
Okay, so she got on. The reason why the hitchhikers told her not to go was because they could see to the back of the van and they saw that the van was empty.
Oh.
So the van is now driving away with Mary Vincent in the car. Now, she's in this van, right? And then they were like, "Okay, I'll take you to your I'll take you home, ganon. She falls asleep.
Oh.
Sometime later, she wakes up and then she looks around and then she noticed that instead of going south, they went east. She confronted the old man. She was like, "Oh, what's happening? Why are we going this way instead of south?" And then he was like, "Oh, I just needed to get something from here. And then once we're done, we'll go back to south."
Your place.
So he turns.
Can I say na I love na she didn't like, wait, can you like stop the car? I want to get off.
Okay. Now, while they were doing this, Mary now felt there was something weird that was going on.
Something wrong.
Now she feels like there's something wrong, right? And then the old man says, "I have to pee, so let me just stop the car, pull over." So, yun, nag-pull over na yung car. And then he went out. So, Mary's super creeped out at this point kasi parang the old man wasn't, going the way that he said that he was going. And then she deduced that she could outrun this old man. Kasi of course, he's just an old man. And she was this young 15-year-old. So she looks down and then she notices her shoe was untied. So she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna tie my shoes and then run. Make a run for it." She opens the door, gets out of the car, and then she blacks out.
What?
She had been hit in the head with a sledgehammer.
Oh.
We'll be right back after these
Why?
messages. I'm sorry, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Okay, now, when she woke up, Mary was tied at the back of the van, and then the old man begins to rape her.
God.
She kept asking, why are you doing this to me? But the old man would not respond. So this went on until the morning. Eventually, the old man fell asleep and then he woke up and then continued doing whatever he was doing again. At this point, in the morning, Mary was completely naked and the old man wakes up. It's the morning now. He goes, "You want to be set free? I'll set you free." He takes a hatchet from his toolbox. And in an attempt to stop him from whatever it is that he is about to do, Mary grabs his arm, but then she wondered, why am I still falling? Before she knew it, she was on the floor and her left arm was chopped off. And then he swung again. He tried to cut off the right arm. So at this point, she kept kicking and screaming. And then because she was protesting, she was actively going against what he was doing. This took longer than usual. And then eventually, he was able to cut off the arm. So after he cuts off the arm, he starts flailing. And then she's like wondering, what the fuck is happening? She's like over here shocked and all, and then she's like wondering, why is this happening? Ganon. Why is he flailing? Yun pala, her left arm was still holding on to the old man really tight, and then he was trying to flick it off.
Oh.
Damn.
So from the shock, she couldn't move. And then she was just shocked that all of this was happening. She had lost both of her arms and she was coming out. So the man drags her, thinking that she was dead, to the edge, drags her outside in the middle of nowhere. This was a deserted road. He throws her over a 9-meter cliff. So that's about a 2-story high na house. So he throws her over and then yun nga, she tumbled down, she falls to the ground and she was here now bleeding to death. According to her, she wanted to fall asleep, but inside, she kept hearing a voice saying she can't go to sleep because for sure, he's going to do this to someone else. She kept going in and out of consciousness for who knows, for hours, who knows how long. Eventually, she got enough strength to be like, okay, I can't take this anymore. I have to do something. So with her two stubs, she plunges it down to the dirt, mixing it with the blood. She makes this band-aid to stop her from bleeding.
That's a,
She
like,
crawled back up the
okay.
cliff without hands. And by the time she got back up there, night had fallen. Now, at this point, the road is deserted. There are no cars that are passing by. There was no light. There were no lampposts. Pero buti na lang merong moon and stars to shine the light. If it were not for the moon and the stars, she could not see daw. Now, just in the distance, she was like, I can hear traffic. So she must be somewhat close to the highway.
Near a road.
Like
Yeah.
like a major highway kasi she could hear the cars passing by. It's just that in this road that she's in, walang cars. There, she followed the sound of the traffic. So she was walking in the middle of the road. Alam mo yun yung parang dalawang yellow line? She was walking there. And she kept her arms up para she wouldn't lose any more blood. In the distance, she saw a red convertible with two guys in the car. She yelled, help me, help me. She was flailing. And then, what do?
Ran away.
They drive off. Yep. I mean, you know, who wouldn't run away, diba? Kasi she was covered in blood, she was naked, she had no arms,
I mean, yeah.
and then she looked like she was out of a horror movie.
Uh.
At this point, she was thinking like, oh my god, I am going to die out here in the middle of this deserted road. I haven't seen the highway yet. It must be so far away. And then there's no car coming by. So she kept walking until another car came by. This car was actually, it's not really a car. It's more of like a truck, parang a pickup truck. And it was this honeymoon couple who took a wrong turn. When they saw her, they immediately stopped. And then they were like, okay, you're gonna be fine. We're going to help you. She was like telling them to help me, ganon ganon. And so they found a place where they could call the paramedics.
Oh my gosh.
Where she was saved. After she was saved, news spread of how she survived the attack. Mary Vincent was able to describe this man so well that the neighbor reported the old man to the police. His name was Lawrence
Yes.
Singleton.
Justice.
He's tried, diba? So they're in court na. After he was done testifying and he was leaving the courthouse, there was a part where she had to pass him by. And just as she passes him by, he whispers to her, "If it's the last thing I do, I will finish the job."
Oh my.
Eventually, this old man, Lawrence Singleton, is convicted of mayhem, which is another word for mutilating someone, kidnapping, attempted murder, sex crimes, and theft.
Oh.
Judging from all, sige, you had a question?
I mean, pag ganun kasi, di ba, usually life sentence na.
Yeah, okay. So
Usually, di ba?
So you think it's life sentence? I was actually getting to that question. How long do you think he was convicted for? So you think it's life sentence? Ikaw, Nins.
Oh god, this is the horrible thing, okay? This is what I know. I could be wrong. But like the horrible thing sometimes with like the justice system, not just like America or whatever, like generally
Yes.
is like he kills someone and then they live, you don't get the sentence that long compared to like you kill someone and they die, which is like I think
what
life
do you think?
sentence.
Okay, if you were the judge,
then,
how
like-
long would you convict this man for?
I mean, for if I was the judge, a life sentence immediately. But like,
Life sentence
I think,
na.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
like that's what I think. Where like I think ang sa judge is I think they just gave him like
okay,
10
okay.
years in prison or
Okay,
15.
okay. Listen.
And to the fact that he is old.
Listen, okay.
Listen.
Before we go any further, listen, guys. Okay, so you if you were the judge, you would want this guy to have a life sentence too, right? So
Yeah.
the judge says, if I had the power, I would send him to prison for the rest of his natural life. He was sentenced for 14 years only.
What? Wait, why did he say that if I had the power? He's a freaking judge.
Because the laws
Ano ba
the laws in
kulang ba ang
California,
charges?
the laws in California during that time, for all of those crimes, yun yung pinaka-max na sentence.
Okay.
Now, 14 years in prison, right? We're gonna jump in time. Where do you think we're gonna jump in time to?
I hope not for like more than 14 years later.
Okay, ikaw, Notch.
I hope, sana nagkasakit siya, like, and he died.
And then
Sorry.
he dies.
Sorry
Okay.
for the term, but
Okay.
yeah, I hope.
Okay, for every day that he worked and had good conduct sa prison, he could lower his sentence
Like,
in prison by a day.
A day.
He got he got out of the prison 8 years later.
oh my gosh.
So at this point, Mary
Why?
Mary was living her life. I'm pretty sure she had kids during this time na, and she was in art school with no hands, o 'di ba? Parang she has these prosthetic na
Mhm.
hook hands. And then she does art. That's her thing now, and she's very well loved sa community, right? And then 8 years later, he's released. How would you feel if you were in her position?
Trauma.
'Di ba? Parang you'd be like
The trauma.
Paranoid.
paranoid, especially what he said to her after the court.
Yeah.
Ayun, when he was released, because this was such a popular case during that time, there was public outrage. No place would allow him to stay on parole kasi he has to do 1 year of parole before he can be fully released. He's had restraining orders from countless of cities sa California. Eventually, they were able to set him up a trailer sa isang place na not under any place na jurisdiction ng local government. So he was literally set in no man's land. Because of the public outrage, they were able to enact the Singleton Bill, which allows no early release of convicts who use torture in their crime. And the bill also allowed these criminals to be sentenced from 25 years to the rest of their life. After his parole, he moved to Florida. You don't hear anything from him for a while. Now we're gonna jump forward in time. In 1997, a neighbor hears screaming from the next house and calls the police. The police arrive and they knock at the door. They go, "Open up, police." And
Mhm.
the door opens and it's Lawrence Singleton with his shirt open and blood on his chest. He had just killed a woman of 3 kids who resorted to sex work. And because this was in Florida and then they had different laws, because he murdered someone, he
Yeah.
was sentenced to death row.
Okay.
Before they could shock him to death, he died of cancer.
uh,
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Seriously. Okay.
The end. That's my fart, guys.
Oh.
I don't know, I feel like it's like it's not, but he's dead, so I guess it's a something.
You guys are so speechless.
At least.
How do you feel?
Kind of annoyed because like I was like hoping that like this guy would like face justice in the hands of men.
At saka ano, no, minsan, like, the justice system nga natin, I mean, hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas, like, sa ibang lugar, minsan, di ba, like, tanong ka na lang
Question
kung
ka.
bakit, kung karapat-dapat pa, pero again, syempre, we're all humans, so,
That was a ride.
pero ang hirap.
That was a ride, I
Diba?
tell
It's
you.
like an annoying
Yeah.
ride.
Okay, so I got this story from I Survived. I was actually listening to the podcast My Favorite Murder.
Yeah.
They actually covered this story in their podcast, and I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is this story? Like, what the hell is happening? I forgot to say this during the story, but why do you think he cut off both of her arms?
I guess so like she can fight back or resist some more. I don't know.
Ano ba?
Okay, so he cut off her
Possible
arms
kasi, diba?
because he was expecting her to die, and if she doesn't have her arms, she can't be identified with her fingerprints.
Ah, okay.
How does he know all of this?
Oh my gosh. Huwag mong sabihin dati siyang
Actually, that's what people are
FBI.
thinking. That's what people are thinking, na he's actually done this before and he knows everything about it. It's just that he hasn't been caught until then. Mary Vincent literally thought to herself, she has to stay alive because she knows that he was gonna do this again, which he did. Yun, when Mary found out that he died, she was actually anxious kasi she would never get the answers as to why he did that. But when she saw her 2 sons, relieved for her. Parang she kind of thought to herself na, okay, my sons finally feel like I will be safe kasi namatay na yun siya. And I guess that's enough closure for me. And then she learned to live with her life. Okay, so that's my story, guys. We're gonna take a breather.
Yes, please.
Dapat ako nauna, no, para positive yung next story. Pero, no, that's not how farts works. Anyway, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna be talking to Notch, and we are going to know her own personal fart. We'll be right back. I tell you guys, while I was watching that show, I was like, "Oh my god, what the hell?" And then while I was listening to the episode, listen to it, episode 18 sa my favorite murder. She tells the story way better than me. But you know, like, grabe.
Yung heart ko, grabe.
Diba? Parang,
Like,
you kind of want her to be like,
feel it.
you want her to be saved. And
Feeling ko,
parang, you're rooting for her ba?
feeling ko ako siya. Yeah.
Andrew here. I hope you're enjoying this podcast. We put so much work into it. If you want to show your love for this show, then you should tell people about us. Share the love. Spread the word. Join us. And we are back. Niña and I were recording one night when our ears stung from an eerie soundbite. For a third voice came in and gave their replies, and suddenly, to our surprise,
We have a guest.
On Farts there is a guest.
We have a guest.
It was the very best.
We have a guest.
We were very impressed.
We have a guest.
That we now have a guest. Yes, that's right. We have a guest. Welcome, Notch, to the show.
Hello. Yes,
So,
finally.
oh my God, it's been so long, no? We have been talking about you coming onto the show for like as long as I've known you, which was like what, last year?
Yes, last year.
So actually, when the podcast started, I was integrated into the podcasting community, and Notch was one of the first few friends that I've ever had, aside from Wesley rin. So silang dalawa, they were like the most first friends that I had in the community. Actually, si Notch ang mas nauna naging friend ko. Kasi,
Really?
yeah, we were
Oh,
forced
talaga?
to do something together, I think. I think that's how we became friends. Talaga. Like, that's how we started talking and all that.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because for me, Notch is just this person who's so supportive with people, and I admire you for that.
Oh my God.
Parang alam mo yung ma-feel mo na she just radiates warmth and sunshine and happiness.
Yes, super positivity.
And then you wouldn't know that she's actually into murder and stuff like that.
Yes.
She listens to the show. And then
Nakaka-ano yung ano ko yung aura ko. Deceiving. Charot.
you can actually feel that in your podcast sa Precious Thoughts. One of my favorite episodes was yung yung pamangkin mo, si Gabe. Tama ba? Si
Si
Gabe.
Gab. Yeah.
Gab,
Yeah, si
sorry.
Gab.
How old ba si Gab? I think I missed it.
15. Actually,
Like,
15
right
years
now.
old lang siya.
During the recording, he was 14.
Ano, during the recording. Ngayon, 16 na siya nung Feb lang. Nung
Oh,
February.
tell him happy
25.
birthday.
Sure.
Yung story niya, and the way that you
We talk.
you guys talk, it's just something that you wish more people had in their lives.
Kasi ano
Sige, go.
yung relationship kasi namin ng mga pamangkin ko, like, kami kasi yung youngest nila na tita. Kami yung parang mas, alam mo yun, yung
Magja-jive.
pagiging millennial namin. Millennial, yeah, like, pagiging millennial natin, and then, yung pagiging Gen Z nila is magkalapit lang. Unlike the other titas.
And-
Unlike the other titas, syempre, minsan, nagkakaroon sila ng misunderstanding. Lalo na, di ba, yung mga, yung age nila, mas bata sa akin. So, pag pinagsasabihan sila, minsan, di ba, nami-misinterpret nila. So, kami yung unang talagang tinatakbuhan nila ever since pag may mga, clarification sila na kaganapan sa mga buhay-buhay nila. And ayun, like, napaisip ako na, Gab, paano kaya kung gawin kitang guest? Tapos ayun, sige, nag-agree naman siya agad. So yun, that's it. Naging magic na lang yung yung episode.
So actually, Precious Thoughts is in its how many episodes na ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. And your last post was December 30.
Yeah, apparently.
When are you coming back?
Actually, ayan, magbabalik ako hopefully this April, third week of April. Yeah, feeling ko either mauuna to. Feeling ko talaga mauuna to.
Also, you heard it
So
from us
after nun,
first. Ganon. Wow.
Yeah.
Wait lang, gusto ko kayong i-congratulate kasi first of all, syempre meron na kayong network.
Oh
So
my
proud of
God.
you guys. And yun, nakita ko kayo sa list ng Bye.
Okay, as evident on the show and the way you've supported us, I take it that you're super interested in horror films and horror and supernatural and
Yes.
murder and all that.
Everything.
How did you get into it?
Actually, bata pa lang ako, sobrang hilig ko na sa mga horror stories. Like, lalo na pag araw ng mga patay,
Oo.
gano'n. Yung mga, di ba merong sa TV, like,
Yeah.
merong Lenten special,
Ghost
yung mga horror.
stories.
Yeah, sobrang tutok na tutok ako sa mga ganyan. Yes, sobrang tutok na tutok ako niyan. Tapos, meron yung classmate ko, nung elementary, meron siyang horror book, yung Gabi ng Lagim. Uso pa yun. I remember that, Gabi ng Lagim, volume 6. And then, kwento niya doon is about dun sa sa Baguio, White House. Yeah, tas ayun, sobrang nagkaroon ako ng interest. Then, nanonood na ako sa YouTube, like mga ganon, hanggang sa wow, wala
Yeah,
lang.
that's what I
Ewan
heard
ko.
in Baguio. Parang maraming haunted places for some reason.
And meron din dito sa
That's why you're gonna
Intramuros.
go to Baguio.
I know that you have a fart and we want to hear what your fart is. So, whenever you're ready, you can begin telling your own fart.
Itong kwentong to, actually bata pa lang ako. Kasi nung bata ako, nag-i-sleepwalking ako sa bahay pag natutulog. So, hindi ako pinapayagan. Usually, hindi ako pinapayagan ng mama ko or ng parents namin na mag-sleepover kasi nga nag-sleepwalk ako. So, dito sa bahay namin, sa taas, dun sa hagdan, ever since nung bata ako, tuwing nakapatay yung ilaw, feeling ko may nakatitig sa akin na babae. Like, mahaba buhok, gano'n. Tapos, ayaw ko siyang,
Kumaway ka?
ayaw ko
Did you say hi?
No, actually, minsan tinititigan ko siya, pero feeling ko wala. Like, alam mo yung behind your imagination or something na mayroong nakatingin sa'yo. So, one time, I don't know kung bakit ako pagod na pagod that time. Nakalimutan ko na yung nangyari. So, natutulog daw ako. So, katabi ko kasi yung mga kapatid ko. So, tatlo kami babae. Katabi ko sila. Bigla daw akong bumangon. Then, nakatilat ako. Tapos, bigla akong sumilip sa bintana namin. Then, nag-a-attempt akong tumalon. Like, talagang yung paa ko, yung isang paa ko nakalabas na dun sa bintana. Then, kumakaway ako, tapos sinisip-sitan ko yung babae. Parang sinasabi ko, huy, gumaganon daw ako. Basta may sinasabi ako. Pero nung kinabukasan, sinabi nila sa kanya na sabi nila, uy ate, alam mo ba, nagising ka. Akala namin gising ka kasi tinanong ko pa namin kung ba't ka nagising. Sabi mo, may sinabi daw ako something like that. Tapos, natakot daw sila kasi yung tapat ng bahay namin, which is walang tao, like, sarado yung mga ilaw, madilim. Kumakaway daw ako doon. Yung bahay
Yung
na yun, katabi nun may
kinakawayan mo.
poste. Yeah, mas may poste doon. Tapos kinakawayan ko siya, tapos sumisip-sip ako. Parang may tinatawag daw ako. Sabi ko, wala akong natatandaan na gano'n. Pero, nananaginip ako na may babae na nakatingin sa akin, na mahaba yung buhok, naka-white, na, alam mo yung mga old Spanish era na pantulog na white. Then tinatawag ko siya.
Mm-mm.
And the next month, Yung pamangkin ko from side of my father, dito naki-sleepover sa'min. Tapos bigla siyang umiyak kasi may nakita daw siyang white lady na mahaba yung buhok, pero hindi niya makita yung mukha niya, then umiiyak. So ayun, ever since then, sabi nila nakita ko daw siya. Yeah, yun, nakita ko daw siya sa panaginip. Feeling ko wala, pero nakita daw talaga nila akong tumayo and then tatalon talaga ako dun sa may bintana namin
Oh my God.
para lang lumapit sa kanya. Yung kapitbahay namin before, kasi binenta na 'tong house, yung binenta na yung house nila. So, sabi nila may namatay daw dito na bata before, bago daw bilhin or ano. So, siguro yun yung bata. So, ang ginagawa naman namin every, Lenten season, so nagpapadasal naman kami for her.
Nananaginip ng gising, nakatulala sa hangin.
I don't know if it's scary or not.
It is scary. I mean, like, you almost fell.
Really, I think it's
Parang
normal.
nakita ko what? You think it's normal? Guys, ito talaga yung precious thoughts ni Noch.
Normal. For me, it's normal.
Thank you so much for sharing
thought-
your fart.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
So, where can people find you, Notch?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. It's Precious Thoughts Podcast. And syempre, yung podcast ko, you can listen to Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Pod, at kahit saang platform. Kita-kits tayo sa aking podcast. Alam nyo na. Alam nyo na, FARTSPod.
Oh my God.
Alam nyo na.
Oh my God. Okay. Not we may or may not record an episode soon. So watch out for that, guys. I guess it's time for me to end the show. Oh, I don't want to end the show. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the frightening, alarming real life tale show. You can follow Niña on all her socials at Nin C Fernandez. That's NINCFERNANDEZ. I'm at the Andrew Tops on everything, and the show's Facebook and Twitter is at FARTSPod. If you've got a scary story you'd like to share, then you can email fartspod@gmail.com or message us on our socials. We also have a Discord server, so if you want to come and hang out with us, we actually talk about the episode there every week. So if you've got a thought that you want to share with us, or should I say precious thought, charot, then you just, the link will be in the podcast notes. Also,
Bye, guys.
anyway, thank you. Until next week. Bye.
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 Excuse me, I was holding that kanina pa.